Hello, boyos.
Hello, boyos.
This is the Loner Gamecast, where we discuss that everything is video games. This week, we're talking about all sorts of different things, like Donald Trump and Nintendo buying things, and also a new computer by Lenovo that's like a Switch. Wow. Also, Lucasfilm has a games banner now. That's cool. Also, Dying Light. How cool is that? My name is Jake. That is Nick. How you doing, Nick?
Hi. Doing all right. I'm real sad.
Real sad. Why you sad?
Not as sad as you though.
Yeah.
I'm a little sad.
Yeah, I wanted to talk about this. Yeah. Last week was a crazy week. We were all aware, I think, of why it was a crazy week. But I wanted to bring attention to this because it's important to me, and we've talked about Tetris quite a bit on this channel. Well, I've talked quite a bit about Tetris on this channel, and the guy who basically got me into Tetris, his name is Jonas Neubauer, has passed away at the age of 39 years old. He was the 7-time Tetris champion, but more than that, he became sort of the ambassador of classic Tetris. The dude was a real class act. I got to have a few conversations with him and, played some games with him. He was just like a totally cool dude. The really cool thing about him and why I think he's so important to the classic Tetris community is, like, when you think of esports, you think of really competitive people. You think of a lot of infighting. You think of all the drama that goes along with esports, and that just was never the case in classic Tetris. And I think it has 100% due. It's 100% due to Jonas Neubauer, who is basically the Michael Jordan of Tetris. This guy, while he was playing, he'd look over and almost root for the other guy. Like he would root for them. If he ever lost, which was a rare thing, but it happened a few times. If he ever lost, he was always humble about it. He would always give props to the other person. He was just a really cool dude, really nice guy. Shout out to his wife Heather, and his family. It's really sad, really depressing. Yeah, what a way to start the show. Anyway, let's get into what you've been playing. What you been playing, Nick?
I've been playing the PlayStation 5 free game this month. It's called Man Eater. It's where you play a shark. And I know about this game. They prefaced it by saying, like, hey, it's a shark PG. It's not a fucking shark PG. Like it's a play on words for RPG.
Oh, gotcha.
It's not a fucking RPG in the slightest. You have two things that you can upgrade pretty much. And the rest of it is just you level up until you can beat this other guy. The game sucks. The game is absolute garbage, and I can't believe that they put it out because it's horrible. It is such a bad game. But I want to beat it. I'm about halfway through. That is my New Year's resolution for this generation of consoles, is if I pick up a PlayStation 5 game, I'm gonna beat it before I start the next game. And I've been playing a little bit of Risk of Rain too. So there's that. But yeah. Bad game. Don't play it. Don't buy it. Don't do anything. It's a bad game. Can't believe they tried to sell it for $40. Jake, what have you been playing?
Real quickly though, the fact that they gave this out as the free game for PS5, doesn't it kind of show that there's really just not that many games for the PS5 right now? They're just
there's nothing.
They're like desperately trying to give out free games because that's their thing, and yeah, there's just nothing. I don't remember it being that big of an issue when the PS4 came out. They did do free games back then, right? I think they did.
Yeah, but it was the same. It would be one game.
Right.
So the first one we got Resogun. The first month we got Resogun, which was fucking great.
It's a great game.
Platinum that game. And this first month we got, what did we fucking get? Oh, Bug Snacks. We got Bug Snacks. Not a good game. So far, all of the PlayStation 5 exclusives, not worth it.
Like the free games, yeah.
The free games, they're not worth free. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, you guys that work tirelessly on it. They're bad games.
Well, the interesting thing, I guess, about the PS5 versus the PS4 is you can actually play the free PS4 games on your PS5, which wasn't the case on the PS4 with the PS3 games. So I guess you're still getting those games from the PS4
yeah.
to the PS5.
I downloaded
what is it, Tomb Raider?
Greedfall. No, I didn't download Tomb Raider.
Yeah.
Tomb Raider's also a bad game.
It's like okay.
At best.
Yeah.
The first one's really good, and then they just kind of go downhill.
True.
Yeah. So what have you been playing?
Yeah, I have actually been playing The Sims.
Oh shit, which one?
The fourth one.
Oh, okay.
And I had never actually played Sims 4, I don't think. I've played Sims 3. I played Sims 3 a bunch. I played Sims 2 back in the day. So, like, I'm familiar with The Sims. And if you were to tell me this was Sims 3, I don't think I'd be able to tell them apart.
Okay.
Other than, I don't know, I felt like there was more things in Sims 3. And I know that's the thing with Sims 4 is, like, you have to buy all the DLC to really experience the full game. And I'm, like, half tempted to because, honestly, like, yeah, I want to do... There's only so much you can do in the game as far as, like, you know, you go to work, you come home, you sleep with everyone in town, and then, like, what else do you do, you know? You make paintings. Like, what else do you do in the game? I don't know. But it's fun, you know? The Sims is classic. It does have a feature where you can, like, change the size of objects, which is really fun. So I take my bed and I make it, like, really tiny. So then when she sleeps on it, she just hovers in the air. It's really funny. I am playing a female character because when I was in the character creator, I couldn't find where to change gender. So I was just like, okay,
nice.
We'll just be a female then. Yeah. Mia Johnston. She's wonderful.
Mia Johnston. That's a good name.
I just went into I went to Google and I went to a name generator and that's what it gave me.
Oh, okay.
Mia Johnston.
I like that name. That's a good name.
Yeah, that's pretty much. And you know, I've been playing Stardew, but I talked about that last week. That's pretty much all I've been playing. A lot of Tetris, obviously, in honor of Jonas. Actually, I went back to Tetris Effect Connected, and I've been playing more of that, dude. It's so awesome. It's like such an awesome game. Like I can't believe that wasn't in the base game when it came out. It's phenomenal. I love that they have the classic mode in there too, because it's like almost impossible to play classic Tetris anywhere else other than going and buying an NES, a CRT TV, and then like if you want to stream it like I do, you'll have to like get all sorts of different weird connectors and connections, and it's such a pain. So it's really nice to be able to play it. You know, it's not 1-to-1, but it's pretty damn close. So
yeah, are you streaming it?
I've been streaming it. Yeah.
Oh, nice. Not just The Sims.
Not just The Sims, also Tetris, and I think I also played a little Stardew this week.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
It's too bad that you never got Jonas Neubauer to do a deep dive with you.
I know. I actually asked him. And he actually got back to me and was like, "Yeah, I'm just a little busy right now." He was in the process of moving to Hawaii, so like he was a little busy. So I did actually talk to him about it. It would have been really cool to have him on there, but you know. Let's move
on that one.
Let's move into events here. It's not really an event, but it's an event to me, damn it. All the Persona music is now on Spotify. God bless.
What?
So now you can finally play. You know, it was always on there for Japanese people, and you'd go on Spotify and you'd be like, Persona music, and it's like, not in your area.
Region. Yeah,
it's not in your region. And it's like, fuck, I want to listen to it. So now I've been listening to it nonstop all week.
Nice.
It's lightened up the week a little. That Persona 5 music is so good. And I even went back to like, because they even added like Persona 2 and 3 and stuff. Mm-hmm. And I hadn't heard any of that music. And like the older Persona music is pretty hot too. It's dude. It's more video gamey, but like it's super hot. I like it.
I remember Persona 3 Golden music. Persona 4
4.
Golden music.
Yeah.
That's a good soundtrack. It's obviously not as good as Never See It Coming, you know. But
careful, Nick. We're gonna get DMCA striked if you keep singing
man,
that well.
I'm not that good of a singer.
You're amazing. That blew my mind.
Yeah, that's fucking cool. I enjoy that. I'll probably have to give that a listen. I didn't realize that they did that.
Oh yeah. All right, let's get into the news.
Also, hold on before we get into that.
Sorry?
I have to give a shout out. No, you're good. This is my fault. I have to give a shout out to Near Automata music. It's also on Spotify. If you have not listened to that, all of those songs except for one is a bop.
What's the one? What's the one that's bad?
I think it's called Emil's Shop.
Okay,
and
sing it for me.
It's just I don't know how to sing it.
Go on, sing it, Nick.
I'll see if I can pull it up. Hold on. you get to the news, and I'll pull up, and I'll try to do my best with it.
Yeah, we want an a cappella performance from Nicholas Sapon here.
All right, well, it's gonna be bad because it is a bad track.
Oh, I'm so ready.
It's just straight up a bad track.
Well, let's jump into the news while Nick's doing this.
Yeah.
So obviously some stuff happened last week. This is not a political podcast, but sometimes politics gets into video game news. It just happens. It's inevitable. It kind of goes into everything. So I think we need to talk about it a little bit. Donald Trump, our current U.S. president, has been banned from Twitch.tv. I don't know if this is like super important. All it says to me is, wow, Trump had a Twitch account. I had no idea. But it is interesting. It seems like all of these different services like Twitter, Facebook, Reddit. I know Reddit even banned r/Donald Trump. Are you gonna sing for me, Nick? I want to hear it.
Yeah. Okay. Here it is.
Yeah.
Hold on. It's coming around.
Okay.
I'm not even joking. And then there's like trumpets behind it.
Oh, that's so good.
It's pretty fucking good.
That's
avoid that song.
Much like
God. And it goes on for 6 minutes, dude. Like that's just I don't.
Well, you know what else? You know what else you should avoid, Nick? Being a far right pundit on Twitch.tv. Okay.
Is that true?
Yeah, because I think what I've noticed, as well as Donald Trump being banned from everything, essentially,
as he should be.
Other
just not my opinion, but
I think he should be. I think it's ultimately a good thing. I mean, you break the terms of service, you get banned. And that's the thing. A lot of other far right people are being banned as well. People who are, basically complicit with what happened on the attack of the Capitol. I don't think it's a bad thing. There is a conversation to be had there that like these tech media giants have too much power. But like, who are they banning? Like, think about it. Like, who are they banning? They're banning people like
the president of the United States.
Well, yeah, but like, what did the president do? The president incited a coup, and an invasion of the, just because he's the president doesn't mean he should be.
But like that's a special place in history, Like,
oh yeah,
you see, like, remember when we were kids and we would go to like history class, and you flip open the book and it has like all 44 presidents at the time, 45 presidents. And you see all their faces and you're like, yeah, those guys look like presidents, and then the kids nowadays are going to have all those presidents. They're going to have Barack Obama, and it's going to be like, oh, cool, a black guy was president. I can be president. And then we're going to have an orange guy, and they're going to be like, oh, that orange guy is extremely racist. And, you don't want it. Just erase that from history books, please. Just a little bit. America was not the same. We started to go in the right direction, and then we just kind of fucking fell off the wagon.
I think it's important we don't erase it from history.
Right.
We should definitely always remember what happened. But you know what? If you break terms of service, these are private companies, you should be banned. That's just the way it should go. I don't see an issue with it. I'll let you know if I do. They could take it too far.
You won't
but
be able to. They won't let you. You're banning. You're breaking their terms of service.
Here's the thing, though. Like, if they start banning too many people and like people start getting outraged, they'll stop because like the whole they want business. Like it makes no sense that people are getting like outraged about it. You know.
I was driving on my way home from work today, and I thought the same fucking thing. I was like, it's not good for Twitter to ban people, especially
it's not like they want to do that
much of a following, because then all of those people are losing out on the ads that are being pushed on them.
Right?
And Twitter's not going to get paid for I think he had 8 million followers or something like that. So it's not good for them business wise, but you
break terms of service, you get banned. Because they also want to make sure their platform is like a safe, healthy community, which is hard to do when you have millions of people to begin with. So if you have these like big people who are obvious starters of like toxicity in your community, you get rid of them. That's just the way it is. And Twitch is quick to ban anyone. So like I think it's no surprise there. Twitter was obviously the shocking one, but that doesn't really have anything to do with our show, so I mentioned Twitch. But also on Twitch, it's been memed. Like this has been like the big meme for like the past 2 or 3 months, has been the PogChamp emote, and like everyone saying that's poggers, bro, and like like that's like the big thing. I don't ask me why. We're in a fucking moment in time where memes are memes because they are memes, and like that's just where we are. Memes used to have meaning. Now the meaning of the meme is the meme, and the fact that the meme exists is the meme. That's where we are with memedoms.
That's a good way to put it. Like Dat Boy. Dat Boy was a meme to be a meme. That was all it was.
It had no real meaning. Look at Dat Boy. He's riding a unicycle. I don't know.
Oh, here comes Dat Boy.
But the reason they banned PogChamp, and literally the reason PogChamp became a thing was because in a video, this dude made a face. That's what he did. He made this like weird ass face, and everyone memed it to hell. Turns out that this guy is like, big MAGA supporter, was I think he was like complicit in everything, and I think he's been spewing some hate speech online. So they banned it. Fair enough, whatever. And what Twitch has done in response to this is every day they're making someone else say PogChamp. So if you put PogChamp in the comments now, it's a different random creator making the PogChamp face.
That's cool.
So that's kind of been their way of like keeping it a community building thing. I think it's weird to ban it at all, because I don't think anyone who uses the PogChamp symbol even knows who that guy is or even gives a shit who that guy is. Right. I almost feel like banning it gives him more attention than he otherwise would have.
I feel like people would just stop using it. Like if you really know who it is and you follow him, it's just like it would just die out. I don't think a ban is really necessary.
Yeah. I will say one last thing about emotes and stuff on Twitch. I'm happy to see Pepe the Frog being reformed, okay? The Nazis tried to take him away. Our boy is back. I missed our boy. Welcome back, Pepe. You're not a Nazi anymore. You've been reformed. I'm proud of you.
It's conversion therapy.
Yeah, well, careful with that. I'm
just seeing on both sides of the aisle, my guy.
Nintendo is buying long-time Canadian partner Next Level Games. They made Luigi's Mansion 3. Apparently this comes from Twitter. Yeah, I mean
That's it.
that's not very surprising, huh?
No, I've only put this in here because I thought they already owned, they already own the Luigi Mansion 3 guys. I thought that
Yeah,
was like a first
yeah.
party game.
No one ever looks into like who actually makes Nintendo games. We're just like it was
Yeah.
Nintendo.
You got Nintendo and you got Game Freak.
Yeah, it's Nintendo and
And
Game
that's
Freak.
it.
Yeah, because like with Sony, we're like, oh, that's Sony Santa Monica, that's Naughty Dog, or like Nintendo or Xbox. We're like, oh, that's Bethesda, or whatever.
Right.
You know,
That's Rare. Yeah.
yeah. But with Nintendo, we're always like that was made by Nintendo or Ubisoft
Or Ubisoft.
because they made that one Rabbids game.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I mean that's interesting. I mean, good for Nintendo. I guess Nintendo maybe buying them is a sign that they want to start pumping out more things. I don't know. It's kind of weird.
It's hard to speculate. It's probably they're like, hey man, you're making you made a new Luigi's Mansion. Why didn't you just remake an old one? And they're probably like punishing this next level games because they're like,
Well, no, because Luigi's Mansion sold gangbusters.
Well, I know, but they don't want any new content. They haven't put out any new content since, Animal Crossing.
What about Paper Mario, bro?
Nobody cares about Paper Mario.
I mean, it's true, but
it's true. I haven't heard any news about Paper Mario or how good it's doing or anything like that, but
I hear it's okay. I don't know.
I hear it's slow. Funny, but slow.
Yeah. Much like your sex life.
Oh, funny
so
and slow. That's
CES is happening this week. I haven't looked into it too much. Apparently CES is happening this week. I don't know how they're doing it. I don't know like if it's just a small group of people or if they're just doing like showcases online or what they're doing. But apparently Lenovo is going to be showing off a new Switch-like computer, which is supposed to just totally blow the Switch out of the water, which is pretty cool, I think. The specs are...
It's going to be like a NVIDIA Edge or Shield or whatever it was called.
Yeah, something like that. But I guess it's basically a laptop with controllers on the side, and you can carry it around like a Switch, which is pretty fucking cool.
8 inches.
Yeah, an 8-inch touch panel display, 2K resolution. Yeah, 1920 by 1200.
That's not 2K. That's almost 2K.
Right.
1920 by 1200. Huh.
Right. Internal storage is 256 gigabytes of solid state. The computer is powered by an 11th gen Intel Core i7 mobile processor, which the mobile processors are really strong these days. With Intel Iris Xe graphics, don't know anything about that. Chipset and 16 gigabytes of RAM, which is solid. It'd be more than capable of playing any of your favorite indie games and also running a few work apps. And that's like the one bonus of it being a computer versus a Switch is like you could actually open up Word on this thing if you wanted to, or like
you can chat with your friends on Discord.
Yeah, you could pull up Discord if you wanted. I don't know how expensive this thing is going to be though. I imagine pretty pricey. With the specs that they just said and like the convenience of it, but like that sounds pretty tight to me,
dude.
Like, yeah, could you buy that? Could you imagine just like walking around and you've got like fucking I don't know, Left 4 Dead and you're just playing it like on your
Left 4 Dead?
I don't know. That's just the first thing that came to my mind. I don't know.
How about like The Witcher or Cyberpunk or Fallout or?
Well, I don't think Cyberpunk's gonna run on it, but like. Witcher is a good example because it would run with The Witcher a lot better than the Switch does. Mm-hmm. I think it's really cool. I just wanted to point it out and mention it.
Anything on your Steam library. You have all of these games that you don't necessarily want to log into your computer because you'd rather play console games anyway. That's how I am because my computer's not quite strong enough for that shit. But like having this kind, you just take, whatever. Take Stellaris to go. Take anything on the Xbox Game Pass to go. Like,
Yeah,
it's really
exactly.
cool.
That's very true. Game Pass, yeah, it's pretty cool. Computer is just awesome because it's just a wide open kind of network, on like, a Switch or PlayStation,
Yeah.
where like PlayStation makes sense because it's a console, but like I guess so is a Switch, but like just to have like a mobile gaming platform that isn't the Switch is pretty cool, and isn't a laptop, because honestly, laptops, like gaming laptops, typically only work if they're plugged in anyway. So,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Well, this probably isn't going to run very long either.
Well, longer than my PC that only lasts for like an hour and a half before it dies.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I don't know. That's cool news.
Yeah.
It's going to be shown at CES
Which
2012.
started
2021.
yesterday, I guess.
Really?
So, keep an eye out on CES. Usually CES is more for like, consumer electronic. Well, I mean, that's what it stands for, Consumer Electronics Showcase.
Electronics Showcase, yeah.
But like, normally it's like
Yeah.
TVs and phones and stuff like that. But, every once in a while we get some gaming news like this. And
Yeah, we get drones and
yeah,
shit like
yeah.
that.
It's normally drones and shit. Yeah. But
Boston Dynamics will probably be there.
yeah, we'll keep an eye out though if there's any sort of cool gaming news to talk about. But this seemed really cool. Dying Light 2 art director leaves Techland after 22 years. This comes from Game Informer. After 22 years with the company, art director and writer Paul Selinger has announced his departure from Techland Studios. After over 22 years, I decided to end my cooperation with Techland. I would like to express my gratitude to the company that has allowed me to develop and fulfill myself for half of my life. Techland, I will always be rooting for you, as well as the great people I have met thanks to you. I wish you that Dying Light 2 and subsequent projects will become world hits. Yeah, that's a really nice sentiment. It makes sense. I mean, 22 years, he's probably just like ready to throw it in. I do wonder what this means for Dying Light 2. But I don't know.
Yeah, well, it probably doesn't do anything.
They have to be close to done
right
with this
now.
game.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's probably so close to done that you don't really need an art director anymore. So I think this one's okay.
Yeah.
I don't think this is going to have a huge impact on Dying Light 2 unless they scrap it and go, we need a new art direction, and then the guy that comes in has no idea what he's doing.
Right. Yeah, and like, what does this mean for the future? I don't think it's like a bad thing. This isn't like Ubisoft losing someone because they touched someone, or this doesn't seem like a disgruntled employee. This just seems like a guy who's been with a company for a long fucking time, ready to call it quits. Which,
Yeah.
God bless you, I guess.
Achoo.
Achoo.
God bless you.
I got it.
Okay.
Star Wars game to be branded under Lucasfilm Games banner. This comes from Joe Screbbles at IGN. I'm excited to talk about this one. Star Wars games will now be brought together under a single banner. Lucasfilm Games. Announced today on StarWars.com, the company revealed that Lucasfilm Games is now the official identity for all gaming titles for Lucasfilm, a name that encompasses the company's rich catalog of video games and its eye toward the future. What the fuck does this even mean? It
means fuck
what do
EA.
you think? You think so?
I think it means fuck EA, and it means that okay, so Disney owns Lucasfilms, right?
Correct.
Lucasfilms had Lucasfilms Studios?
LucasArts.
LucasArts. They had LucasArts. I think this is going to be the
new
new
LucasArts.
LucasArts.
See, I
think
wonder.
that's what it's going to be.
I wonder.
Instead of giving, this is what we've wanted for all of Star Wars. Instead of giving all of your games IPs to one company, EA, for example, you give it all to Lucasfilm Games, and then other companies can throw their pitch in, and these guys go, yes, no, we're gonna make that. You can make that. I think it's just a legal step between, that way, if a company other than EA wants to make a Star Wars game, it kind of gives that step into,
right,
yes, you can make a Star Wars game and we won't sue you.
So you take this as Lucasfilm Games, like the banner, like they are publishers now. Like they're getting into the publisher game. So instead of EA publishing the games or giving like Marvel's game, the Avengers game, which was published by Square Enix, made by Crystal Dynamics, you think it'll more be like the game is published by Lucasfilm Games, but it's made by Crystal Dynamics or whatever, and they can still partner with these companies or whatever. So more like a Warner Brothers studio sort of thing.
Yeah, like almost.
So like my question though is like, I also don't know if that's true, if that's what this means. I know the EA deal still has 2 years, I think. So we'll see. But I also wonder, like, if that is the case, why not just use the nostalgia factor and call it LucasArts? You know what I mean? Like, why not just relaunch LucasArts?
That's a good point.
So I don't know. It's a little confusing. I think it's more just like they're still going to do the same shit. This is just a way to put Lucasfilm Games at the front of the game. So like when there's a new EA game, they'll just put Lucasfilm Games on the front of it. And then when there's a new Avengers game, well, I guess that's not Star Wars.
That's not Star Wars. It might be. That brings up a good point. It might be because George Lucas wants it. And somewhere in his contract, he's just like, no, I have to have my name on something on the Star Wars, on everything Star Wars.
And if there is 2 years left, maybe they're like, hey, EA, let us put this at the beginning of each game. And so that way we're getting familiar with the name, the brand. And then in 2 years, when that contract is up, they're like, we're the producers now. We're the publishers now. Lucasfilm Games. I mean, I don't know why you don't just call it LucasArts though.
Yeah.
Does this include like games like you think they'll start doing other things like, well, I guess it has film in it. Maybe that's what. See, it's got me perplexed because like
because it's not LucasArts. It's Lucasfilm. Because
LucasArts did more than just the movie games. They did Grim Fandango and things like that with Tim Schafer. So maybe that's why they went this route, and they're like, we're literally doing Star Wars, maybe some Indiana Jones. Like, that's it. I don't know. That just seems like it seems like such a missed opportunity for Disney, though, to just call it LucasArts, and then you could. I mean, we saw
you get that same logo with the same intro. The and the guy standing there like that, the little yellow guy.
But like, what you could also do with LucasArts is, how shitty that Avengers game is. Now you can make all your Marvel games through LucasArts.
Yeah.
And now all of your Marvel games are LucasArts.
I don't know how that would work legally.
Your Disney Infinities, Why?
Because it has Lucas attached to it. That's George Lucas. He has nothing to do with the Marvel universe or the Disney universe, other than the fact that Disney owns it.
That's why I say call it LucasArts, because what Disney bought when they made that purchase was Lucasfilms, Star Wars, obviously, and LucasArts.
Well, why wouldn't they call it like Disney Arts or Disney Film Games?
Because why not just call it LucasArts? Because that's such a well-renowned. I'm just talking conjecturally here. LucasArts just already has such an esteemed, what's the word? Respect, whatever, credentials.
Yeah. I respect them. I miss them. I miss
Yeah.
LucasArts.
We still have Tim Schafer killing it over at Double Fine with Xbox. But, like, I don't know. It just feels like a missed opportunity with Disney to make... Yeah, and it doesn't have to be called LucasArts. Why not just make it like Disney Arts or whatever? I'd say if Disney wants to get into video games, like, legit, they shouldn't call it Disney, though. And that's why I think they call it LucasArts, because gamers don't take Disney seriously. But they love Star Wars, but they hate Disney. So don't call it Disney. That's why I think LucasArts would be a great name for their banner. I mean, like, they also bought Lucas Sound, I don't know. If you own the rights to Lucas, use it,
Yeah.
And I don't think Lucas can do anything about it because he sold his name basically to them.
Yeah, you're right.
So I don't know. There's a lot to be thought about here. What does this mean? What does this mean for the future of Star Wars? I'm sure it means
hopefully getting away from EA. That's what I want.
Yeah, because I'd love to see like Devolver Digital make like a fucking Star Wars Hotline Miami type game. I'd love to see stuff like that too. Along with our big Battlefront games, we could also see like I said, Devolver, or we could even see, I don't know.
Well, Devolver's a publisher, so somebody in Devolver.
Yeah, but you could work with Devolver to, what I mean.
Yeah.
Like that would
like even
cool.
like indie game, like people who we've never heard of before,
right?
Like Hello Games, just like have them work on a Star Wars thing.
That'd be kind of cool. I mean, they have experience with that.
It'd be kind of interesting. Just throw Star Wars guys into No Man's Sky.
So we're out of news. It's a short.
That's the end of the news.
Oh, you forgot. You forgot to do it at the beginning of the news.
Headphones. Give me a second.
This is such a short episode. I feel guilty having such a short episode, but really there's just like not much to talk about. Last week was a hellscape. You know what I mean? And it's kind of hard to talk about video games when there's so much going on in the world, honestly. Like, it's just kind of weird.
Well, we could talk about like the Monster Hunter thing. Well, we didn't see it though.
The movie?
Oh, there's a Monster Hunter demo that came out. It's pretty good. I played that.
The Rise of Monster Hunter or whatever.
Yeah,
Monster Hunter
Rise. Yeah. It's pretty good. Played it on the Switch. It's a Switch exclusive. Forgot about that. Forgot to mention that. That's a thing. It's out. You should play it if you like Monster Hunter. If you don't like Monster Hunter, it's a little weird. Yeah, I can't think of anything else.
Can you go to OpenCritic for me and do that?
Oh yeah, quick? I have it open actually on OpenCritic. Here we go. We got the reviews. Games reviewed this week. This is OpenCritic. They take all the renowned reviewers and they put them all together and come up with an average score for each of them. I know last week we did Super Meat Boy Forever, but it's up here, so I'm going to say it again. Super Meat Boy Forever is at 69. That's a good number. No More Heroes. That's a new one. No More Heroes is at 83. Devil May Cry 5 Special Editions at 88. No More Heroes 2 Desperate Struggle is at 79. MXGP 2020, it's a motocross game, is at 68. Don't even bother. The Hong Kong Massacre is at 65. Don't bother. Super Mash, 51. Disgaea 4 Complete, plus 85. Necro Barista is at 81. I don't know most of those games, but they're all on the website that were reviewed this week. So that's what we got. If any of those games interest you, stay away from the 60s.
So I have a question for you. While we're here, last week we talked about our predictions for what do you think 2021 has in store for us as far as like video games and stuff like that. I have another question for you. What is like your most anticipated game right now?
Mine?
Yeah. That like we know is coming.
Right now, in the near future. Okay, there's two.
Okay.
One I'm serious about. The other one, kind of curious about. Serious about one, curious about another.
Okay.
The one that I'm serious about, and it really is, I'm like super into it. It looks super good. Is the game Returnal?
Yes.
It's made by the guys that made Resogun, and it's like a roguelite third-person action bullet hell game, and it looks fan-fucking-tastic, and I can't wait to jump into that game. And then the other one, the one that I'm more curious about, because it could just be shit, and I'd kind of expect it, but I'm also kind of anticipating it, is the
Madden 22.
No. Close. Close. You're actually kind of close. It is Destruction All Stars.
Oh, right, yeah. Yeah, that was supposed to be out already. When does that come out?
March. It's the March free game for the PS5.
Right.
Both of those are in March, actually. So,
Yeah, I'm sort of curious about that game. I do think it might be ass.
it probably will be, but
Yeah.
I have high hopes.
I'll play it. It could very well be the next Rocket League. Who knows?
True.
I mean, fuck, I hope so. I don't, I'd love a
Yeah.
good Rocket League replacement.
I just love a good game.
Yeah, same. I love a good game. I'm also very excited about Returnal. Something I'm very excited about. I think right now my most anticipated game is Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah.
I think I've been thinking about it a lot. Like I'm like, man, I should go back and play like the older Ratchet and Clanks, and then I'm like, I think I'll just wait until the next one. Like I'm pretty fucking hyped on it. Like
Maybe get yourself a PlayStation 5, my guy.
I'm hoping in March I can find one, or if I find one in February, that'd be great too. If I find one tomorrow, that'd be great. But like, yeah, that's kind of like the big one for me. The other big one that was announced for this year, but I'm not sure if it'll actually make it this year, is the new God of War.
Oh yeah,
I'm pretty hyped on that. I can't believe that's supposed to come out this year.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
We'll see if it actually does. But
if it runs on the same engine and it has all the same shit, all the same bullshit, they just made new levels and reskins and up the graphics and whatnot. There's a lot less work that needs to be done. They have all of the characters, or most of the characters, designed, and they have a world already. They just need level designers to go in there and people to put rocks down and up-res it a little bit.
I wouldn't be surprised if that game gets delayed though, but I bet Horizon will actually hit the mark.
When is that supposed to come out?
Let me look into this because I am actually curious about this. Because I'm very excited about Horizon. I love that game so much. What's it called? Horizon Forbidden West.
That's it.
Let's see. Initial release date, it just says 2021. I don't think they've put a date on it.
Okay.
And then
I thought it was supposed to be like a release game, or they made it seem like it was supposed to be a release game or something like that.
Well, remember they also said it's coming to PS4, and everyone's like, "Oh, what the hell?"
Oh yeah.
Let's see. God of War. What's it called? Ragnarok release date.
There's
this
no release
one,
date.
It also said 2021. So I wouldn't be surprised if Ragnarok doesn't make it. I think Horizon came out before God of War, right? Like a year before, a full year, I think. So like they've had plenty of time to get going. Santa Monica, like they always make like super quality shit. So I wouldn't be surprised if they need a little extra time, especially with like the pandemic that happened and stuff. So
yeah.
Well, I think I've killed enough time. What to look forward to next week? As I mentioned earlier, CES 2021 is happening January 11th through January 14th. We'll see if anything happens. I actually do have a list here of the different conferences. So let me open that up. I forgot I put this in here. Let's see. Killing time.
Let's
Killing
see.
dead air. So we've got the Verizon keynote that was yesterday. We got next generation television, GeForce RTX Game On, so that'll be interesting. AMD keynote, that'll also be interesting. Do more Intel's power of computing. That'll be actually very interesting. It actually happened already, so I'm interested to look into this more at a later date. But because shut up, I'm curious about Intel because Intel's been running behind AMD for a while, and everyone's been saying like they really need to catch up. So I am very curious to see if they will have something interesting to announce.
Interesting.
We've got Sony Electronics. That doesn't really matter. Creating an esports league from the ground up. That'll be interesting, huh?
Interesting.
Microsoft keynote. Wonder what that'll mean. That's on January 13th, so that's tomorrow. Yeah, that's pretty much all that's happening at CES. CES is boring as ever.
Yeah, it's all just tech shit. I mean, it's cool. It'd be cool to go to. I'd love to go to a CES, but
oh yeah, for sure.
Not a whole lot of like actually like hype news happens at CES. It's just like, okay, this is a thing. This is an idea that's going around. I don't know when it's going to hit the market.
What else to look forward to? We've got free Xbox games for gold. Little Nightmares is the free game right now. The King of Fighters 13. I don't know what the fuck that is.
It's a fighting game.
I imagined if there's 13 of them.
Yeah.
And then from January 16th to the 31st, we've got Breakdown, which I don't know what that is either. And then from January 16th to February 15th is Dead Rising. I don't know why Xbox does this.
I was just about to say, like, why do they like layer them? It's very strange. It's like, okay, Little Nightmares, you can get that at the beginning, but also the King of Fighters, you can only get that for half of January.
Yeah.
Also, Breakdown is also half of January, but then Dead Rising goes into February, so that's a full month. But you know, sandwiched in between January and February.
This is why we often forget to put the Xbox games in there, because like it's so hard to keep up with all of this. Where PlayStation is like, here's the new games of the month. It's so fucking confusing. You got a question for us this week, Nick?
Yeah. What is your guys' stance on the Coup? And if you're a major supporter,
are you a mage?
Are you a major? If you're a major, you can stay, but also don't.
Yeah.
Try to be cool. If you're a major, try to be cool. But if you're a
major, you should probably think about not being one. You know, like
you probably don't listen to this show anyway.
You could like, you know, stick around and like listen to us or whatever, but like you should really think about it. You know?
Yeah.
Just, like not do that.
I mean, don't listen to the news. Don't listen to the president. Listen to your heart. Listen to your heart. Listen to common sense in your head. Listen to you know.
And here's the thing. And now I'm going into Jake and Corey mode here. Okay, but here's the thing. If you
that's not what he sounds
Corey's Santa Claus now?
He's Santa Claus.
Here's the thing though. Like if you honestly, if you're listening to this and you are a matcha, like honestly, you're probably not, but here's the thing. Honestly, if you are like that, it's okay to be wrong. It's okay that you were, and it's okay to admit that you're wrong.
Yeah.
Just saying. Like, there's no shame in it. I've been there, you know?
Yeah.
It's okay. Anyway.
Yeah, that's my question. Well, no, hold on. I got another one. What are you most anticipating for this coming up month? What games are you most excited about? I think that's a good one.
The Coup 2.
Shit. So that's happening
man.
January 20th, so we'll know about that.
That's true. Find out in a couple of weeks.
QAnon, hit us up.
Where's that shaman guy? Dude, I've been on Twitter all day watching. I've been watching the all the MAGA people getting arrested for no flying and shit. It's hilarious. It's so good.
For no flying?
They're all on the no fly list, like all these
great,
people,
nice.
and they're like getting on the plane to go back home, and they're all getting pulled off and shit. It's so funny. It's so funny, man. Yeah, don't raid the Capitol, you fucking idiots.
Yeah, especially when there's people doing their jobs there. Like that's
we're just in the wrong place, the wrong time. It's like, dude, you don't need to. Why did you think that was okay?
Yeah, it's a federal building with federal agents.
Yeah,
working.
I have no sympathy for those people.
No, you got caught up in the moment. Okay, well, walk away. Like,
yeah,
you're dangerous if you cannot control your emotions.
If you want to hear more of my opinions on this stuff, we did a long podcast yesterday, me and Corey. It's called the Jake and Corey Podcast. Yeah, make sure you check that out.
Fun.
Yeah,
what a great title.
Super creative.
That came from your brain?
It came straight from this noggin. Wow. Corey wanted it to be the Corey and Jake podcast, and I said no. Jake and Corey flows better, I think.
I like that better. Yeah. The one syllable into the two syllables. It works better.
It has nothing to do with me wanting to be first, although that is part of it. But I do think it flows better, Jake and Corey.
Jake, that's how it is.
Because I do think Nick and Jake flows better than Jake and Nick.
Well, I mean, I think those are interchangeable, but if you think of
because I think the and Nick, because you're going and Nick.
Yeah, that's true.
Jake and Nick, you want Nick and Jake. Yeah.
You take any single syllable name and put a double syllable name behind it, it's going to sound better than doing it the opposite. So let's say like Stacy and Brad, Okay, so you got Brad and Stacy. That sounds better than Stacy and Brad. It's just it just flows a little better,
Yeah. Here's a story about Jack and Diane.
Yeah. Here's a story about Diane and Jack. It doesn't make any fucking sense. Yeah. I don't know why. I'm not a scientist. I'm not a linguist. But
not a speecher.
That's a teacher for speech.
I'm not a wordist.
There you go.
Check me out on Twitch.
But you are the worst.
Yeah, I am the worst, but I'm not a wordist. Check me out on twitch.tv/lonercast. I've been streaming all the goddamn time, playing a lot of Tetris, playing some Sims, playing some farming games. Good times had by all. We played Risk of Rain on there the other day as well. That was fun.
Was it? I feel like you were having a bad time, and you should come back because we figured out some shit.
Oh, no.
A second chance.
Oh no, I'm down to play more. I've just been
Okay.
I've been busy doing other things.
Streaming other games. I see how it is. Okay.
Well, I had to play some Tetris for my boy Jonas.
Well, yeah, that. But also Sims.
I love The Sims, dude. What can I say?
Okay.
I love The Sims.
I didn't mean to put you on the spot. Finish the plugs. I'm sorry.
Also, check us out on Twitter. I'm at emergencypizza_. And Nick is at fatal_microwave.
That's me.
Check it out. I've been all over Twitter, dude. It's been a wild ride on Twitter for the past week.
I'm hardly on Twitter, but follow me anyway.
I'm on there all the time. No one follows me, so it's good times. Bye.
All right.
There we go. For 58 minutes. We did it.
Hey.